Okay, y'all. What's up? It's your boy, C Money You. Holla at your boy. Now, this is like one of my first videos. I'm gonna go ahead and speak on some stuff. Usually I don't even talk about Texans or nothing like that. I usually lead it up, but my homeboy be like, man, do a podcast. Man, do a video. I'm like, nah, I don't really want to do no video. But I guess, hey, why not? So I'm gonna go and give it a crack at it. All right. First things first, since the Rockets are on the off season, we're gonna talk about the Texans. We are going to day 10 of training camp. And what I've been reading so far and the people that I trust, and because, can't nobody out read no info like me. Man, I gotta tell you, I like the fact that they said Deshaun is really taking off into his own hands, moving the ball down the field. It's a lot of takes. It's a lot of progression. Now, I know everybody, the big shocker yesterday was, the big shocker was that Dante Foreman got cut. And like I tried to tell a lot of people, I was rooting for the dude. I honestly wanted him to do well, but history shows you, Texans third round picks just don't do well here. Going back to the Kubiak era, from Raymond Williams to the Sam Montgomerys, I don't know what the hell is doing with that pick. He's all right, but anyway, that's a different story. And we know, if y'all know me or follow me, anybody local that follows me, y'all know how I feel about Bill O'Brien and how he coaches and develops players. But honestly, the dude never really had a shot because, like me and my homeboy always talk about it, once you get injured in the NFL, it's really hard for you to come back, especially if you're a third round pick. You might have a shot if you're a first round pick, maybe. And even then, it's like, unless you come out the injury blazing, cut. Then if y'all didn't follow the story, Dante Foreman, he had a case. He had, even though these guys got the money, he could take care of it. They got good lawyers. But it's like, if y'all remember the Braxton Miller situation, he didn't really get along with Bill O'Brien because Bill O'Brien, you're in a drill sergeant, you are a yes sir type person, more than likely he gonna have you in his doghouse. And I kept telling my homeboy, I said, wait a minute. He going off in preseason, but why he telling, he ain't doing well, he got a long way to go. I'm like, he got a long way to go, but he got a long way to go, but the man doing well. But sometimes that just shows you, just because they're going out in preseason, that don't mean, in practice and in meetings, he must not have been doing right. And so I tell you, because like I said, me and my homeboy talk all the time. I was telling my homeboy, I said, honestly, I don't think I said he might get cut. Oh no, bro, he's a third round pick, bro. You understand? He been doing what? I said, bro, what I was reading, the man was fumbling the ball, which I was right. The man, bro, was a pass protect. He couldn't do that well. That's why you always see now, sorry behind Alpha Blue up in there. That's what I'm saying. It's just the constant players that we think that's gonna do well. Braxton Miller, if anybody know me or talk football with me, Y'all know that Braxton Miller wasn't the pick. It was Tyler Lockett from Seattle. But Seattle moved up in the draft to take him. But we don't do moves like that. We'll do small moves to maybe make ourselves irrelevant, but we're really not. We gotta do, yeah, we trade for Demaryius Thomas, but you traded for Grandpa. That's why they were sick. Oh, these old dumbasses. Okay, y'all can have Demaryius Thomas. We got this young cat, I forgot his name, but we got this young receiver, he going off. Forget Demaryius Thomas. And then he ended up tearing his Achilles. What can you do? So, D'Onta Foreman, I mean, all I can say about that is the only thing you can really do is just hope that he don't go to New England. Please don't go to New England. Because if he go to New England, that's a wrap. And Brady Belichick gonna use him like LeGarrette Blount, and I hope now I could be talking out the side of my neck, but man, I don't know. Now, that's D'Onta Foreman. We'll see how that goes. I want to talk about this O-line and this versatility bullcrap that Bill O'Brien pulls. Like, dude, not surprised to hear that Central Henderson is getting knocked on his behind. The dude wasn't even that good in Buffalo. He's only here because of Brian Game. Like, if people know me from talking with me in Houston, we haven't had a right tackle since Eric Winston. Don't give me Derek Newton, because Derek Newton was never that good to me. He was just good enough to keep his position, but he was never that good. So I'm sorry for the man that his career had to end with 2 broken patellas. That's just messed up. But, but he was never that good. If y'all notice and go look at the play, I don't know if YouTube got it, when he pass blocked, and Tamba Lee, y'all mind Tamba Lee, he was like at the end of his prime hype. May have like 2 more years left, but he ran past Derek Newton like free. Case Keenum first start, ran past him to the quarterback. Like ran, I'm like, ran? What the hell? So, we didn't address right tackle. Oh, okay, the draft, okay, O-line, okay, all right. You had so many options on the board. And 6'10" went with this, well, he wasn't that bad in the Senior Bowl. I'm like, I don't give a damn what he did in the Senior Bowl. Braxton Miller had a good Senior Bowl. I'm not saying, but the Senior Bowl doesn't mean anything. It just means that, if the right scout is looking at you and you fall to them in the draft, or better yet, you go undrafted, okay, your agent might call that team and, okay, we did sing your Senior Bowl. Well, let's see, we give him to our team and maybe we can help him progress. But y'all know more like it when a dude was a scrub. He was a quarterback converting to a wide receiver, but it ain't about Braxton Miller. What I'm saying, my whole point is this about these, like, you drafted Titus Howard. And like a lot of people who I watch on YouTube, and this is my take on this. Titus Howard is a project player, just like Dwayne Brown was. The only reason why Dwayne Brown, because we wasn't a good team at that time. He had the chance to develop. The Texans are supposedly, I root for them, supposed to be contenders, but they not no contenders. I know that. Everybody knows that. They not no contenders. They had the talent, believe it or not. Because to me, they got a better defense than Kansas City. Right up there with the same defense as Pittsburgh. Somewhat the same as the Patriots. But what's the number one thing that every other team has versus the Texans? Good coach. And I'm not just talking about Bill O'Brien. I'm talking about all the coaches across the board. We don't have no consistent coaching. That's why these players don't develop like they should. So I'm going back to Tyler Howard. So you're trying to put him at guard to hide him, but this is my thing about Bill O'Brien. With this versatility bull crap, we are the only team that do that. Honestly, we are the only team that do that versatility. Versatility only comes into play when your team is just decimated with injuries and you have no option. Why are y'all putting this man at guard? And you know this man is supposed to be your feature tackle, whether it's the left side or it's the right side. Y'all know this, but you refuse because, and it goes back to my frustration with Bill O'Brien. You don't just let players develop and then coach from there. You try to overanalyze and psychologically do things for no reason. It's for no reason for why you do what you do. You just do it because you feel like, oh, okay, because I got pedigree and I came from New England. Like, that don't mean nothing because you can't. Man, that's my thing, too. We got to get off this. Oh, because the only thing that man got on his resume is the fact that he screamed at Tom Brady. And he was the offensive coordinator. Now, we're not saying that Bill O'Brien wasn't good, but what has he done? Well, Ryan Fitzpatrick had his best man, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and right the next year, he went right to the Jets and made them 10-6. They missed the playoffs, but we see what he did with Tampa last year, even though it was for a 2-game stretch still. Ryan Fitzpatrick is not trash. I mean, he ain't no elite quarterback. He ain't no average, but he's a good quarterback. He ain't no top 20 quarterback, but he's a good quarterback. Oh, Brian Hoyer, man. Okay, but Brian Hoyer proved in Cleveland in a little 2-3 game he played with Chicago, he can still play. With San Francisco, before they let him go and brought in Jimmy G, he proved that he can play. So don't give me this, oh, he's a QB guru. He ain't no QB guru. Like, that's what I'm saying. Because he was a QB guru, you would let Deshaun play because ain't no way in hell that they got Baker Mayfield better than Deshaun Watson. And like I told many people, I like Baker Mayfield. I love Baker Mayfield, but he's not better than Deshaun. Like, you can make the argument Deshaun don't tear his ACL. We might be looking at a 10-6 season or 11-5 season. So I'm saying that to say that if Bill O'Brien would get his ego out the way and put it to the side, because I'm seeing Bill O'Brien dial up some plays. I'm like, okay. But then he get into this, well, let's change it up and let's try to. I'm like, bruh, if Deshaun got it going, keep it going. But no, you'll do a screen. You'll do a halfback drop. I'm like, what are you doing, man? So, the receivers, honestly, I mean, it is nothing new. Y'all knew DeAndre is the number one receiver. Y'all know Will Fuller, when he healthy, it opens up the whole offense. Y'all know Kiki, he within a 3-game stretch, I think the man had like 26 catches in 3 games. That's what I'm saying. Y'all, you know, well, the guy, I think it's more like 30, 35, but y'all get my point. I know the exact numbers. Y'all get my point. The man has an instant impact. Him and Will Fuller are going to open up more holes for DeAndre to get open to catch the ball. So it's nothing new that I'm hearing that the wide receivers are doing well. That's not the question. The question is the O-line and Bill O'Brien's play call. If those two things somewhat get fixed, the Texans can actually be a pretty good. I don't believe in that because, as an old man told me who I used to work with, I am what I am. No matter what talent we get, no matter how much we do, we are what we are. So, the running backs, it's not too much a surprise. But even the running backs, Lamar Miller, to me, he's only been how can I describe Lamar Miller? He is like, I can't think of a running back right now. He's just a good running back that's serviceable. It's not nothing special. And really, I knew that we only signed him because of that one good game. He had like 250 yards of scrimmage yards against the Texans. But we know we're doing that. Going to get players because they had that good game against us. But then against everybody else, they wasn't doing that. That's what I'm saying. We overvalue players the next offseason. Man, they went up against us, but that's just the history of the Texans. We go get players because you had one good game against. Y'all probably don't even remember this name. This dude named Deja Kareem. This dude had like an 80-yard kick return against the Texans. We bring him in the next year, and he get cut because he couldn't even consistently hit the holes and make a run. He was a running back. But I only bring his name up to say we bring in players because you had a good game against us. Bravo, but that's not worth you bringing him in the next off season because he had a good game against you. I don't want to see a full body of work of what you did. Even though I didn't agree with the Brock Osweiler signing, at least, okay, he had a sample size of a 6 game, and Peyton Manning was out. Okay, he can come. I mean, he ain't all that, but he can come play. So the running backs, I like Karan Higgins. I do like Tyrod Jones. I like them both coming out of college, but we got to see how they fit in with Bill O'Brien's running system. I'm not for trading Melvin Gordon. I'm not trading a first-round pick, even though I know next year in the draft they're definitely going to draft anyway, but not trading a first-round pick for Melvin Gordon. Like, I'm not giving no Clowney for Melvin Gordon. That would be idiotic. That would be stupid. So, that's my take on the offense. Now, let's get to this defense. It's nothing too much I already heard. Other than the fact that the secondary is getting picked on. But that ain't nothing new. Because they didn't really do nothing in the offseason. You go get a Bradley Roby, which I was telling my brother and everybody. Who is Bradley Roby? He was good in Denver because of Talib and Chris Harris. When they finally gave him the keys and let him be the number 1 corner, he wasn't good. Oh, I had a bad year. Oh, no crap. No shit. No shit, you had a bad year. See, we get blinded because of what they did behind great players, but you don't know they were blank just like Aaron Colvin. Now, I can believe that Aaron Colvin's going to have a bounce back. See, he might just. But I never saw him preseason last. I was like, okay, hold up. This dude might be. It'd be a reason. This is how I look at things. It'd be a reason why these teams let go these players. You're like, whoa, man, it's an opportunity. No. Because he was that good of a slot cornerback. Jacksonville would have kept him. Because the money we paid him, they only gave DJ Hayden a similar type deal. I think it was like 2 or 3 years of $28 million. I got to go back and look at the exact numbers, but you were blinded. He was blanketed with Bouye and Jalen Ramsey. You playing with 2 Pro Bowl corners, it's not hard to really look good. Just like y'all remember this Wade Smith, the old lineman from the old Texas back in 2011, 2012. He only looked good because he had Dwayne Brown, and they had Chris Myers. You know, Chris Myers wasn't all that, but Chris Myers was still a top 10 NFL center at that time. And that's why Bill O'Brien's putting Tyler Howard at guard, because you're in a confined space, and more than likely, sometimes depending on the defensive scheme, you don't have to really think that much to really play guard. But at tackle, you gotta think, you gotta, oh man, like what a blitz coming. Oh man, like if they cheat cutting on my right, so you gotta think a lot. And he's not strong. He got speed. He had athleticism, but he's not strong. Okay. What else? Let's get to the safety play. Not really surprised. Justin Reed. I mean, Angela die. He's more good on tackling, but he's not a good cover safety. The only really good cover safety guy is really Justin Reed. Deshaun Gibson, we gotta see what he does in he might gonna play a couple snaps in preseason. Now they say we got him because he's real good at covering tight ends. But here's the thing about that. Jacksonville had a top 4, top 5 defense. Minus their record, they still had a top 5 defense. Now, can this guy, Charles Omenihu from Texas, 5th round pick, can he maybe come through and change? If we don't fix the middle pass rush or have a complete pass rush, that secondary is not gonna do anything. Jonathan Jones, if anybody know me, Jonathan Jones is very, very old. Should have low-key been retired 2 years ago. Well, he's a veteran. I'm like, what does that mean because he's a veteran? A veteran don't mean anything. It's just, oh, well, he can. Now, you want to, like you did Cushion, like you did TJ Yates, Lakeem did. You want to bring him as a intern coach? I don't mind that. That's teach the young guy how to play. But as a player, that man should not be a no more corner. You really in trouble. And that's what I was saying. And I like Lonnie Johnson. He has potential. I'll be hearing a number of good things about Lonnie. Yeah, okay, because he be getting burnt by quick little. I mean, but he's a tall corner. He's not gonna. But he's only a rookie. But when I know his videos. The man sticks with every receiver. He might get burnt, but what corner don't get burnt? Even the greatest corners in Deion Sanders got burnt here and there. Not often, but you're gonna get a route on you. It just depends on how do you bounce back from that. So that's our secondary. I really don't have much else to add. Other than, okay, they have a joint practice with Green Bay, so I'm going to be checking up on it, reading to see how it goes. I want to see how they look in this Green Bay game. More likely, I know the starters ain't from the play. Maybe one series, maybe 2-3 plays, they out the game. I'm going to be looking out for Karan Higdon, Tyrod Jones, looking out for that fullback, Tyrone Johnson, the wide receiver. Lonnie Johnson, see how he plays. Tyler Howard, if he gets healthy. Max Sharpen. I want to see how these backup players play, because that's going to determine our season. We know what the starters can do. We got a 2-3 year sample of that. It's these players between last year and this year. We gotta see how they do. So that's my take on that, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. Next video, I'm going to react to the Green Bay game. And I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.